So this is going to be about a 40-minute yoga practice and about 15 or 20 minutes of meditation after. So welcome. So let's start in a tabletop with the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hips, and then dial your hands out slightly so pointer fingers are 12 noon. Press the palms down, crease of the elbows forward, and then lift your chest without jutting your chin forward. So feel yourself press the breastbone forward. And then exhale. Draw your navel into your spine. Feel the spine arching up towards the ceiling. And then on the inhale, lift your chest, lift your sitting bones. And on the exhale, draw your navel in. Let's come through here a few more times, inhaling and exhale. One more time, a big inhale and an exhale. From here, make your way into a high plank pose. Press the mat away, crease of the elbows forward. Rock a little forward on your toes so you can broaden your collarbones here. Pull your lower belly in. Stay for another inhale. And on an exhale, lift your hips into downward dog. In downward dog, feel yourself pressing the palms forward as if you're dragging the mat forward. And then without shifting the hips side to side, keep the pelvis stable and then just bend the right knee. Press the mat away and then bend the left knee. Again, not the side to side motion of the pelvis. And give yourself a few more of these pedals of the legs, pedal of the feet. And then bring both knees down to the mat and you'll swivel your legs forward and come onto your back with your knees bent. And then once you're on your back, draw your right knee up towards your right shoulder. So you're bringing the right thigh bone just outside of the rib cage. Then you'll straighten the left leg up to the ceiling. Flex your left foot. Press the heel up so you feel some extension on the back of the knee, some opening, and you feel contraction on the front of the thigh. And then slowly lower your left heel towards the floor. As you're lowering your left leg, pull your right knee up to your right armpit. You'll start to feel some opening on the front of the left hip. Let the left heel just tap the floor and then lift 1 inch. Keep pulling your right knee up, flexing your left foot, and feel yourself pull your left outer foot, the pinky toe side, back to your knee. And then slowly lift the left leg up. Press the heel to the ceiling, pull your belly in, and then again, slowly lower the left leg again. And as you're lowering the left leg this time, the heel, again, 1 inch from the floor, so you might tap and then lift 1 inch. This time, hug your outer hips in, squeeze your glutes, pull your belly in, and just notice the whole contraction. And it's as if everything starts to narrow in your body. And then start to lift the left leg up again. Reach the heel up. And then this last time, lower the left leg so it hovers 1 inch from the floor. We'll just keep the left leg where it is. So the heel will tap down, it will lift 1 inch. Get strong in your left leg, so hug your muscle to bone. And then hug your outer hips in, feel the buttocks firm, so squeeze. Pull your belly in, and then straighten your right leg up to the ceiling. And if you like, you can reach the arms over the head or hold the back of the right leg. Imagine that you've got a yoga block between your two thighs. Hug it, pull your belly in, and then both heels drive them away. Stay here for another inhale. And on an exhale, lower both legs down to the mat and bring your arms by your side, palms face up. Stay here for a breath. An inhale and an exhale. Bend your knees again, feet to the floor. And just give yourself a moment. Adjust. And then you'll pull your left knee up towards your left shoulder. So if it's in the center of the chest, bring it out to the side just a bit. And then you'll straighten your right leg up to the ceiling. Press through the right heel. Feel some extension through the back of the knee as you engage the front of the thigh. And then very slowly lower the right leg down to the floor. You'll begin to feel the opening of hip flexor muscles on the front of the right hip. The right heel will just tap down and then lift up 1 inch. Pull the outer foot back to the shin. Hug leg muscle to bone. And then slowly lift the right leg up again. Press the heel away, and then again, lower the right leg. So it's, again, 1 inch from the floor. Notice if 1 inch is more like 5 inches, and that's just a reflection of the front of the hip being tight from perhaps sitting. So just tap the heel down, lift it up, and then this time, firm leg muscles to bone. Then feel yourself hug your outer hips in as you squeeze your glutes. Feel that contraction. Pull your navel into your spine. And then slowly lift the right leg up again. And then once it's at its highest point, press through the heel, flex the foot. And one last time, lower the foot down 1 inch from the floor. And this leg that you're moving, the right leg now, is the work of the back leg in your postures, or the standing leg in tree pose. Straighten the left leg up to the ceiling, and then again, you want to feel this narrowing of the body as you hug your outer hips in, firming the buttocks. Belly is in. You can hold the back of the left leg or reach the arms up. And then again, that feeling of imagining you've got a yoga block between your two thighs. Hug it, pull your belly in, give yourself another moment here. We are actually doing warrior 3. We just have to change the perspective of floor and ceiling. And then slowly release. Pull the knees into your chest. And then rock up to a seat, crossing your ankles, and you'll make your way into your tabletop. Again, in tabletop, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And you'll make your way through a few cat-cows here. Just notice perhaps how the body feels a little different in the pelvis, moving on the thigh bones from that work. And maybe a little difference in your shoulders as well. Let's come through one more time. Inhale into your cow and exhale into your cat. Step the feet forward to the top of the mat and then bring your hands to your shins below your knees so your shoulders are in the same plane as your hips. Bend your knees, reach your sitting bones back, and then root down through your inner foot. Pull your lower belly in and feel yourself broadening your collarbones, so rolling your arms back as you press your chest forward. So the upper arm and the shoulder, press that back, collarbones forward. Exhale, chin to chest, you fold. Root through your inner feet, reverse swan dive, reach. Exhale, arms float to your side. Give yourself a moment here, palms facing forward, tailbone lengthening down. Belly is in, and then your chest moves forward. So we started on the back, lifting and lowering the left leg. That would be your standing leg or your back leg in a lot of the postures. So just notice how this feels. Bend your right knee, pull your outer left hip in, squeeze your left buttock, belly is in, and then just lift your right leg up. Keep pulling your outer left hip in, lengthening the low back down, belly. Think of your navel and zippering it up to your chest. And if you like, reach your arms up. Stay here for another inhale. And on an exhale, lower the leg. Arms float down to your side. Give yourself a moment. Take a breath in and a breath out. Bend your left knee. So remember the lifting and lowering of the right leg. It's going to be that degree of strength. Pull the outer right hip in. Squeeze your right glute. And then you lift your left leg up. So when you pull the outer right hip in, you press more through the inner right foot. And then glute flesh moves down, belly draws in and lifts up. And then if you like, reach your arms up. Reaching through elbows, reaching through fingertips, and then plug your upper arms down. So when you reach up, you're not hiking your shoulders to your ears. And then slowly release. And you'll notice that hiking up, lost all center of gravity. Stay here for an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, broaden the collarbones as you swan dive forward. You'll bring your hands to your shins. Come into a half lift. So you might bend your knees. Exhale, chin to chest. You fold. Root through your inner feet. Reverse swan dive. Reach. Exhale, arms float to your side. We'll do it like that one more time. Inhale, root through the feet. Arms sweep up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands will come to your shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chin to chest. Next inhale, reverse swan dive, reach. Exhale, arms float to your side. This time we'll move. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands will come to your shins, a half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, come into your high plank. Pause in your high plank, pressing the mat away. Pull your belly in and shift forward on your toes so you can feel the chest open. Stay here for another inhale. And on an exhale, you lift your hips, downward facing dog. So if your hamstrings are still feeling a little restricted, bring your feet wider on the mat. You can also bend your knees. So how to understand that is if the weight is forward in your shoulders and in your hands. You want to be able to feel yourself press the mat away and shift the weight back into your legs. As you're shifting the weight back, feel yourself lifting your kneecaps up so you can look at your knees, lift them up, engage the front of the thigh, and then press the tops of the thigh bones back. Give yourself another inhale and an exhale. And then you'll make your way back to a tabletop. And in your tabletop, look down at the mat so the chin is slightly in. And you're pressing the back of the head towards the ceiling. Take your left leg back and then get strong in your left leg like when you were lifting and lowering it or standing on it, and lift the left leg up. So it's not about lifting the leg high and lifting the hip. So pull your belly in, pull your ribs in from your shirt, and then lift your left leg. You can bring your right hand to your lower belly and pull your belly in, and you'll feel the front rim of your pelvis move towards your navel. Keep pulling belly in as you reach back with your left heel, and then reach your right arm forward as you look down. Stay here for another inhale. Exhale and release. Back into your tabletop. Give your hips a sway side to side. And then take your right leg back. Firm the leg muscle to bone as you press the mat away with your hands. Pull your lower belly in and lift your right leg up. Press away with your right heel. And then again, you can take your left hand, notice your belly, and pull it in. And you'll notice how that brings the chest and collarbones more open as well. Keep pulling the front rim of the pelvis up, navel into your spine, and then reach your left arm forward. Give yourself a few breaths here. And then you'll slowly release. From here, make your way into your high plank and lift your hips to your downward dog. So think of that amount of strength in the left leg as the back leg in your warrior postures. So reach your right leg up, toes point to the floor. We'll do this 3 times. Draw your right knee into your nose, shift your shoulders over your wrist, and then take the leg back out. Again, draw the knee into your nose, contract, and take the leg back out. One more time, draw the knee in, get really tight, and step forward, pivoting on your left foot, and coming up to set for warrior 1. So left toes angle towards the top left corner of the mat, and your heels are about heel to heel width apart. So you can even take a peek and maybe walk your right foot over to the right. Square your hips forward, and as you bend your right knee, bring the attention to the back leg, the left leg. Drive your left heel down, and you almost feel this lifting out of the posture. So press the left heel down, squeeze left buttock, and pull the front rim, left side up. Begin to pull the right hip crease back, and it will hug in. And again, that same feeling of the inner thighs moving towards each other. Reach your arms up, keep pulling your belly in. Stay here for an inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, open the arms to airplane and hinge forward. Look down to your right foot. Pull the outer right hip in and back, and then drive your left heel down. Pull your belly in, and then think of a belly down back bend like locust. Draw your shoulder blades together, press the heart forward. Stay here for another inhale and exhale. Next inhale, sweep the arms up, and then open to your warrior 2. You'll need to change the feet and adjust. Line up front heel to back heel, and you might need to walk or slide your front foot forward a little bit. So your right knee stacks over your right ankle. Top of right thigh bone moving down to the floor. Begin to hug your outer hips in, hug your belly in, and lift your chest. Flip your right palm, revolve your warrior. So keep the bend in the right knee, reach back through your right fingers, and then windmill your hands down to the mat. You'll make your way into your high plank, and then lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment in time here, and just notice the shift of your breath. And perhaps notice any warmth or heat building in your body. And then look at your left leg. You'll lift your left leg up and then draw the knee into your nose as you bring your shoulders over your wrists. And then take the leg back out. And then again, shift forward, draw the knee in, get tight, and then take the leg back out. One more time, draw the knee into your nose, contract, lift the hips as you step the foot forward. Pivot on your right foot and come all the way up to set for warrior one. So what you might notice is that your hips are off center. So as you bend your left knee, drive your right heel down and send your outer right hip forward to the short edge of the mat. Tailbone lengthens, and also as you're driving the right heel down, firm the buttock and pull your belly back. Reach your arms up. Feel your side body get long, and then keep hugging your inner thighs towards each other. Pressing through your front foot, draw the left hip back. Stay here for one more inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, come into your airplane arms as you fold forward. So here you can really notice how the left hip wants to bump out to the left. So pull the left hip back and in. Pull your belly in. And continue to feel the work of the right leg. So drive right heel down. Extend your chest forward. Stay here for an inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, return to your warrior one. Give yourself a moment, square your hips, pull belly back as you lift your chest. And inhale. Exhale, pivot and open to your warrior two. So you'll need to adjust your feet, turn your back toes in, and then maybe even slide your left foot forward. So you've got some space. You want to have your ankles underneath your wrist. As you bend your left knee, feel the top of the left thigh bone descend. And then feel the front of the pelvis lift as you hug your outer hips, contracting your glutes and pulling belly in. Keep driving your right heel down. Stay here for an inhale. And an exhale. Next inhale, flip your front hand, revolve. And then windmill your hands down to the mat. You make your way into your high plank. And lift your hips. Downward facing dog. So again, give yourself that time to pause. To not just be in the physical posture of dog, but to pause and notice how you're breathing. You can shift your breath and start to deepen your inhale. And lengthen your exhale. Keep pressing the hands forward, pressing the mat forward as you're lifting the hips up and back. Imagine that you're holding a yoga block, again, between your inner thighs. And actually, let's look at your knees. Lift your kneecaps up. Imagine the yoga block between your upper thighs and knees and roll it back just slightly. Drive your heels down, press your palms down, keep rolling the yoga block back. Stay here for another inhale. And on an exhale, walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. You'll bring your hands to your shins, come into a half lift. Exhale, chin to chest, you fold. Root through your inner feet, reverse swan dive, reach. Exhale. Arms float to your side. So give yourself a moment in mountain pose. Grounding through the feet. Lengthening through the low back as the chest lifts. Shoulders are heavy. So we were talking about the strength of the left leg first when you were lifting and lowering and when you were standing on it, and then in bird dog when it was extended. So feel it here in tree pose. So I will not be mirroring you. This is my left leg. So left leg, bump the left hip out. This is overstretching. We want to actually contract. So pull the outer left hip in, squeeze the glute, and then lift your right knee up. We've been here. So press down through the inner left foot, pull your belly in, and then cross right ankle over left shin. Press the right knee back.
pull your belly in. And then if you like, reach your arms up. So notice if you're sort of sinking in the posture like I am here. See if you can press more through the inner left foot and feel this updraft of the posture without hiking shoulders to ears. Just pull your belly in and feel yourself press your chest forward. Stay here for another inhale. And on an exhale, you'll come back, bring the knee to center, get strong, and then if you like, extend the right leg, lift the toes, lift the chest, and slowly release. Arms to your side. Take an inhale, that's a lot, and an exhale. Again, a big breath in, and a breath out. Okay, the right hip, just sort of bump it out. This is what we don't want. It's overstretched and weak. We want to build strength and mobility. So pull the outer right hip in, squeeze the buttock, and you'll notice then you can press your inner right foot down, and then lift the left leg. If balance is a challenge, just keep your toes on the floor and keep working on the right hip coming in. Work on that strength first. That's phase one. Then you can cross left ankle over right knee, pull the outer hip in, squeeze the right buttock, and reach your arms up. Pull belly back wherever you are and begin to feel the chest lift. Keep hugging your outer right hip in. Then you'll lift your left knee up, pull belly back, and then extend the left leg, lifting the toes, lifting the chest, and release. Let it all go. You'll come back to the top of the mat. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands will come to your shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Let's take the left foot back to a runner's lunge. Let the hips come lower towards the floor. Pull the right hip crease back and in, and press the left thigh bone towards the ceiling. And then you might want to block to bring under your left hand. You'll bring your right hand behind your head and twist to the right. So notice if the right leg bows out. Press through the inner right foot, pull the right knee into the midline. And then as you begin to revolve, you're straight and strong on the left leg. And you'll reach your right arm up. So feel the arms from the center of your chest. Another inhale. Twist on the exhale. Right hand will come down. Pivot on your back foot. And windmill open to your warrior two. Once you're in your warrior two, hip square. Left hip and thigh bone pressing back. Tailbone down. Arms are open. Reach through your fingers. And then draw your shoulder blades together. Stay here for another inhale. And exhale. Flip your right hand up. Revolve your warrior. So you've been here. Bend the knee a little deeper. Reach back a little further. And then windmill your hands down to the mat. You'll make your way into your high plank. And lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment in down dog. Just begin to notice how this down dog feels a little different. This down dog in and of itself is a unique experience. So just take an inhale and an exhale. One more time. Breath in and breath out. Step the feet forward to the top of the mat. You'll bring your hands to your shins, half lift. Exhale, and you fold. Root through your inner feet, reverse swan dive, reach. Exhale, arms float to your side. Let's keep moving. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands will come to your shins, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. You'll take your right foot back to your runner's lunge. So in your runner's lunge, hips come towards the floor. Pull the left hip crease back and in, and drive your right thigh bone to the ceiling. Pull your belly in and begin to twist to the left. So reaching the left arm up, pulling your navel in, and as you're revolving, feel yourself drawing your left shoulder to the wall behind you. Notice if the left knee is bumping to the left. Pull it into the midline, pull the left hip in, and then each exhale, you twist a little deeper. Release the left hand down, pivot on the right foot, and you windmill open to your warrior two. So adjust your feet, heel to heel, widen your stance as you bend your left knee. Drive your right heel down. Press your right hip and thigh bone into your back body. Tailbone down, belly is in, chest lifts. Flip your front hand and you revolve. So you're reaching forward with the knee and reaching back with the fingers, and you can look up. Give yourself another inhale. Fold deeper on the exhale. And then windmill hands down to the mat. You're in your runner's lunge again. So hips down, outer left hip in, belly in, and again you twist. Back leg is straight and strong. Heart presses forward. Stay here for another inhale. Twist on the exhale. And then slowly release. And then this time, step the back leg forward. You'll bring your hands to your shins. A half lift. Exhale, and you fold. And then root through the inner feet. Reverse swan dive, reach. Exhale, arms float to your side. Let's keep moving. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands will come to your shins. A half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. You'll make your way into your high plank. And then from your high plank, lower your knees. Press your hips to your heels. Come into child's pose for just a moment. You can stack your arms and create a nice prop for your forehead. And just let your hips get heavy to your heels. And as you do that, release the energy, the work in your belly. Then notice if shoulders are hiking up, let them shimmy down. Another inhale. And an exhale. And then walk your hands back. If you have any knee issues, you will come into a figure 4 on your back. Otherwise, we're setting up for half pigeon. So bring your right knee to touch the right edge of your mat. So the knee is right where the mat and floor meet. And then walk your left leg back. You'll see my right shin is not parallel to the short edge of the mat. You'll hear that a lot, but it's more important to have the knee outside of the hip, which you can physically see, than to have the shin parallel. You want to protect your knees. Curl your back toes under, and you can even adjust your hips, your pelvis here, and then release that. Hands can walk back to the right shin, and then begin to broaden the collarbones to the chest. Pull your chin down. Give yourself a few breaths here. And then slowly, you can make your way forward. And again, you can stack your forearms, your palms. You can bring your forehead on a block. And just notice what feels good to you. And you want to create space with the shoulders. Give them a little shimmy. And once you're here, if you need to adjust your hips, by drawing the right hip back a little bit or left hip down. If your right hip is not solid on the ground, you'll bring the block underneath it. So just a few moments in time here. Again, notice how you're breathing. And notice sensations in this moment. Not the one before and not anticipating the ones to come. Just now. And then you'll slowly make your way up. Give your hips a little wiggle. And then you'll bring your left knee to touch the edge of the mat and walk your right foot back. And you can see when I'm walking the foot back, I'm pulling my pelvis back. And then again, if you need to adjust the hips, you can curl the right toes under and give a little adjustment. What we're looking for is to neutralize the pelvic bowl, meaning pull the left hip back and soften the front of the right hip down towards the mat. And then lift your chest up. We've got extension of the spine, the front body. Maintain that so you're not hunching. Extension as you fold forward. And again, stacking your palms, your forearms, or perhaps your forehead on a block. Or maybe you even stay upright on your forearms with a broad chest. And then just give yourself a number of breaths here. Notice any releasing in the hips, that sensation. And then slowly walk your hands back. This time you'll swing your back leg forward. And we'll set up for a meditation. You can do this seated or lying down on your back like an extended savasana if you like. If you're seated, it's nice to sit on a block, and I'll show you from the side. So you can lean forward, and the back side of the block has tilted up. So find a situation that feels comfortable for you, and it could mean a pillow under your hips. So get comfortable. I'll give you a few more moments to do that. And then bring your palms to face up. So palms facing up is receiving, palms facing down is grounding. So let's bring palms facing up. And bring your full attention to the center of your palm. Begin to release, relax, letting the back of the hand feel heavy on either your legs if you're seated, or on the floor if you're in a supine position. Let the fingertips curl just slightly. Feel the shoulders getting heavy. Feel the tops of the shoulders moving from your ears. Relax your lower jaw. And just notice how you're breathing here. And then we'll take 5 deep inhales with long exhales. So just begin. And then just breathe again what would feel like normal now. So not overemphasizing the inhale or the exhale. Just notice what that feels like. And then we're going to breathe in for a count of 3 and breathe out for a count of 6. So on the inhale for 3, 2, 1, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, just a few more on your own with your count. Now begin to shift and deepen just a bit. So your inhale will be 4 and your exhale will be 8. So inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've got it. A few more on your own. Your count. Okay, keep that rhythm up. 4 counts for your inhale and 8 counts for your exhale. But then shift to focusing on the breath in and out of the right nostril. So yes, there'll be breath coming through both nostrils, but see if you can emphasize the feeling, direct the focus into the feeling of breathing in and out of the right nostril. So 4 for the inhale and 8 for the exhale, with your right nostril dominating the breath.
Okay, adding to it. You're inhaling for 4 counts, exhaling for 8, feeling the breath moving in and out of the right nostril. Now feel as if the inhale comes in the right nostril, up through the right side of the brain, the inhale, and down to the right toes. And then the exhale leaves from the toes and comes up through the brain and exiting the right nostril. So breathe in through the right nostril, breath moves up to the brain, and then imagine it moving down to your toes. And then as you count 8 breaths out, breath visually leaves from your toes up into the right side of your brain and out the right nostril. On your own. Four counts in, 8 counts out. Breath on the right side. And then breathe in and out of both nostrils once you complete that last round. Stay with your 4-8 count. 4 breaths in, 4 counts in, 8 counts out. And sometimes this takes a little bit of time, a few breaths, but shift over to breathing dominantly in and out of your left nostril. So 4 counts in, 8 counts out. Focus on the left nostril and the breath moving through it. And then the same experience that you had on your right, you'll breathe in through the left nostril. It will move up to the brain, and then feel the breath on the inhale moving to your toes. And on the exhale, it will begin from your toes, lift up to the brain, and come out of your left nostril. The same 4-8 count. If you get distracted, come back to the 4-8 count and then begin again. Finish up this experience on the left side. Release the 4-8 count and just breathe quietly. Notice shifts in your state, meaning notice if the thoughts are a little slower, if your eyelids feel a little heavier, if you feel more relaxed in your own skin. Just notice how you feel now, in this moment, with this breath. And as your body relaxes, begin to shift into an experience that your body, your physical body, is the breather. So just notice the physicality of breathing, the movement of the chest, the movement of the belly. Just notice the physical nature of breathing in and breathing out. And then, as if you could separate yourself from the body breathing, yourself from the breather. As if you're almost watching yourself as the breather. Feeling almost as if you are something more than the breather. Give yourself a little longer here. And then, as you notice, there's a physicalness of the breathing. Also notice, and if you could make the thoughts you're thinking that same type of physicalness. So, feeling as if the thoughts are coming through you, the way the breath comes through you. And then, is there that ability to separate yourself from those thoughts? So as if you're outside looking at the breather and the thinker when the thoughts show up. So there's something separate between you, the breath, and the thoughts. Just notice. what do you begin to feel and notice as you become something more, something bigger, something greater than the thinker? Just notice. Notice how possibility, expansion can begin to enter. Be here for just another few moments. Deepen your breath now to bring you back to the surface. Almost like you're stepping back into your day, stepping back into reality. But maybe stepping into it a new way. Bring your hands into your heart center. Feel the palms touching. Feel that energy with your thumbs resting on your breastbone. Another moment here. And then bring your fingertips to your forehead center. Take one more breath. And until next time, namaste. So enjoy your practice, and until next time, take much care.